Take care.
And you too.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Tony. Jim Conlan here from RCB Radio Sport Ireland. Tony, I know it's been a difficult time for you of late with everything going on in Boxing Day, and you're in sort of terrific run of form. How dangerous is that Boxing Day experience maybe to break the momentum of a team that's really in form? Is there any real danger of that?
I'll tell you after Wednesday night. I think it's. I hope not. Listen, the team is still fit. The team is still driven and motivated well, and young players can sense the positivity. They can keep hopefully feeding off it really and keep working as hard as they have been. They still have to do the things that have allowed us to win football matches. They have to work extremely hard. They have to, help the guy in front of them and behind them and the side of them. They have to run as much, if not more, than the other team. And we have to put the ball in their net and keep it out of ours. And so it never changes. We just have to be ready, and hopefully we will be. I'm sure we will be.
And Tony, during your time at Blackburn Rovers, a rock in the defence for you has been Darragh Linehan. How surprised are you that maybe that Darragh hasn't been called into the Irish fold under Stephen Kenny and hasn't really featured for the Irish team? He's probably one of the most prominent, consistent players in the Championship. Do you feel that Darragh should be recognised at international level as well?
Well, listen, what I would say first and foremost is he has hit an amazing, consistent level, really high level of football, and I agree with your comment about the status in the Championship. I haven't seen many better central defenders than Linehan. I think when I talk to Darragh about international stuff, he quotes the people that are in front of him. Really, he sees it as a tough job to break into the high level quality of footballers, the Premier League footballers who are in front of him, and. But listen, what I would say, I would never sit here and tell the international manager what he needs to do. But if they're watching the games, if they watch the tapes, they will see how front foot he's been, how dominant aerially he's been, how his passing is massively improved. What a talent with the ball at his feet. A very driven individual, a captain for us. And to be honest, sometimes I just sit back and listen to Darragh as he tries to drive these young players on, and because he's got that in his belly, really. He wants to be successful. He wants to win each game. He wants to win every five-a-side. He wants to win the relays at the end of the warm-ups. He's a very driven individual, and we're delighted he's playing at the top of his game at the moment.
And finally, for me, Tony, we spoke previously, previous reporter spoke of possible outgoings. I'm just wondering, in terms of the January transfer market, just maybe in potential incomings, just the whole area. I know it's a moral issue and people have their own choices around it, but the issue of signing unvaccinated players, is it a concern for managers going forward? Do you respect players' decisions, or the topic, well, a player can change in this same training room or eat in the same dining room if he's unvaccinated? Does that maybe affect a club's policy in the transfer market going forward?
I think it's a really interesting question. I think, as I said earlier, I'm not a politician. I like footballers. I'll talk to footballers. I've got my own players here. I've got one or two that I talk to on a pretty regular basis about the moral situation of vaccination, really. What about being a team member? What if this happens? So we have had a young player who sat on a coach on the way back from Bournemouth, actually, who doesn't have COVID, never had COVID, and missed 10 days of playing. He missed 2 victories. He missed 2 win bonuses. He missed 2 appearance payments. He lost a lot of money in that 2-week period because he hadn't been vaccinated, whereas other players sitting next to him who had been vaccinated were allowed to play. I think that young man's having second thoughts, and I think he'll be thinking about getting vaccinated pretty soon, because it hurts them in the pocket as well as it hurting the team. The fact he couldn't be around our team. Whether I would sign a player listen, you sign them because of their quality and their personality, and then the human side of it, I will listen, and if I feel I can persuade somebody to tell them I think it's the right thing to do. I believe that young footballers, what I've said to all of my team, if the summer comes and you can't go on a holiday without being vaccinated, you go and get vaccinated. And our team, you refusing to get vaccinated for our team, where we might need you to score a goal or keep the ball out of our net or help us win football matches, I would seriously consider and think about their motives, really. So I think it's a really interesting question. I think you have to take every individual at their own. As I do, I'll sit down with the players, and if they've got a problem in their family or a vulnerability in their family or something that they got a genuine reason why they don't want to get vaccinated, I'd listen to it. If there's a logic about it, I would go with that, no problem. But it potentially is going to hurt them rather than anybody else down the line, I think, particularly financially for them if they're missing out on bonuses and appearance money, etc. And so we'll see. As I said, I don't really want to get drawn into it there. I've talked to you for 5 minutes about it, but I don't want to get drawn into it other than we've all got opinions, and it's not a hard line opinion here. We wouldn't not sign a player because he hasn't been vaccinated, in my opinion. I would prefer them all to be vaccinated.
Cheers, Tony. Thanks for that. Thanks a million for taking your time to speak to us.
It's a pleasure, sir. Take care. Bye-bye.